De wachttoren die de stad moest beschermen tegen de vikingen. Later in de 11e en 12e eeuw werd de houten toren vervangen door de stenen toren en het werd het kasteel van de graven van Vlaanderen. So more than 1,000 years ago, my city had a very big problem, a problem called the Vikings. So the Vikings often sailed onto the river the Scheldt, and here they plundered our churches, villages and monasteries. So in the 9th century they started building defenses, and here a wooden tower was built. Later in the 11th and 12th century the wooden tower was replaced and it became a castle, the castle of the Counts of Flanders. Now the castle has been occupied only once in the entire history. This was not by Vikings, not even by enemies, but by the students of our city. At the end of the 1940s, the price of beer in the city was increased. Now this made our students very, very angry, and they started protesting, and they occupied the castle for 3 days, had a big party in there, and they left when they ran out of beer. Now this has become a tradition that is repeated now every year in the month of October, then they do it again. Now welcome in one of my favorite places in the city. This is a mostly residential neighborhood, no shops here, not a lot of tourism and no noise. Remember that we have a festival going on and it's always super quiet here. Now here on the left, this entire square, this used to be all water. This was the harbor of the unfree boatsmen. They were not allowed to enter the city by boat, so here they could unload their ships, turn around and leave in the direction of Bruges. Dus vroeger lag hier links een grote zwaaikom, de haven van de onvrije schippers. Zij mochten niet verder varen, dus hier konden ze rechtsomkeer maken. Aan de overkant ligt een Augustijnenklooster, een actief klooster. Er wonen nog altijd 7 monniken hier. De oudste is meer dan 100 jaar. So here on the right is the monastery of the Augustines. This is an active monastery. There still live monks here, and they are responsible for making a very good beer called Augustijn, one of my favorites. It is not made here, however. They sold a recipe to a brewing company, and it is now produced elsewhere. Now we are entering a neighborhood called Het Prinsenhof, translated the castle of the prince. It was named after a huge castle that once stood here, and in this castle the Emperor Charles V was born, Carlos V, Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. Now he was born here in my city in the year 1500. Before us we have the Bridge of the Imperial Pleasures, with 4 sculptures that represent 4 episodes from his life. Dus voor ons de brug der keizerlijke geneugten met 4 beeldhouwwerkjes die verwijzen naar het leven van keizer Karel. Die werd hier geboren in het Prinsenhof en was de keizer van het Heilige Roomse Rijk. Nu, vandaag de dag bestaat het kasteel niet meer. In de industrietijd werd het bijna volledig vernietigd, omdat ze plaats nodig hadden om fabrieken te bouwen. Dus hier kan je heel veel oude fabrieksgebouwen herkennen. So the castle was entirely destroyed in the industrial age. They needed more space to build factories. So you can recognize some old factory buildings here. Now Emperor Charles, he had a very big empire, the largest one that Europe had ever seen. It contained what we now know as Germany, Spain, but also the colonies in America. Now at some point, Charles wanted more. He wanted to conquer